Likeness on 97.5 KDEE. I'm Lady Charmaine, and I'm in the studio with Sacramento's own Mr. J. King. You all know him from our traffic jam from 3 to 7 on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. But right now, he's going to be talking about something that he's doing in Sacramento, which is the Sacramento Music Business Summit. And he's a man that knows a little bit of something about some music. How you doing, Jay?
I'm fine, but you know, really, we're doing it as the Black Chamber along the California Black Chamber of Commerce, along with the Urban League, the Sacramento Observer, Robertson Family Center. The mayor is involved in it. The mayor's office, Kevin Johnson, Alan Warren, council member for District 2, Rick Jennings.
Wow.
Another council member, and you know, so it's a lot of moving parts here.
Okay. How did you get partnerships with all of these great people and organizations to bring this summit to Sacramento?
Well, first of all, you know, the California Black Chamber of Commerce is that's our job, is to start is to unify these types of organizations together. And so when I first started working at the station, you know, Aubrey Stone, who is the president and CEO of the California Black Chamber of Commerce, you know, he said, you know, he really wanted to make sure that we had community pieces in place, and that we started, you know, creating ways to build a bond between the different black organizations that are in the city, not just black, but just the different organizations that cater to the minority, whether we're black, brown, yellow, it doesn't matter, but just the minority community, and to young folk, and that we really focus on bringing real information and real power to the community. Now, back in 2011, 2012, at the Governor's Conference, they said that arts and entertainment at the local level would be one of the major economies of the, you know, in the 21st century. So here in Sacramento, we have an incredible music community and arts community.
We do. We
also have what most communities don't have: record stores. There's only 1,000 record stores in all of the United States. 6 of them are here with Dimples. And then you have the other smaller stores, but Dimples, we actually have a chain of record stores here. We also have local radio station that plays local artists, KDEE.
Right.
You know, we play local artists, so we break artists like Big Mike Hart, Rashad, you know, Joe Levy, Club Nouveau. You know, we play a lot of local artists that are here, Robert Brookins. So, and then we have venues that actually let local artists play in them. So we have a really, you know, like Harlow's. I was at Harlow's last night watching Zaya Bell. And so when you have all these type of components in place, and then you have arts and entertainment as a leading economy for the 21st century, we really have all the components in place to make an incredible economy that can bring revenue to the city and build a revenue source for the local talent base. And you know, we're about entrepreneurship, so this helps those folk become entrepreneurs at a real level. So you know, everybody in the city, you know, we're a very progressive city. We're a very progressive city. And Sacramento may not get credit for it. I mean, you know, when you look at even KDEE and what we do here, people listen to us from all over the globe, you know, via the internet, because we're very progressive here. And this is just furthering that progression.
So with this Music Business Summit, what was the vision behind it when you decided to do it?
Well, really to make an affordable platform for young folk to come and really get their teeth sunk into the business side of the music business. You know, we're really great at being creative. You know, you know, we move the ball forward, black folk, when it comes to being creative. You know, we're the trendsetter. Trends stop when we stop setting.
All right now, look here.
But when it comes to business and mechanics, we are at a distant last place. So the summit is to break down barriers, if you will, of the business, where people think that it's so difficult to be in the music business, or independent artists don't see themselves as business folk. When in fact they're a brand.
That's right.
They're a conglomerate.
That's right.
You know, they own intellectual property. They own copyrights. These things are valuable, especially in a world that's continuously changing when it comes to music. So we've been led to believe that music isn't as valuable as it used to be, or that there's no money in music. And those are two lies. You know, in the music business, last year, we did $4.4 billion worth of business in the United States alone in music.
Wow.
So I would love to see a business going out of business, or own a business that's making $4.4 billion a year. What's happening is the way the business has been done in the past is going out of business. That old way. When I first came in, and I've been in the music business now for 30 years. You know, when I came in, I'm 24 years old. When I do Rumors, and 1986, you know, this record is just, it changes the landscape for independent artists. And people said that you couldn't, you know, I mean, I had to fight for ownership. Today, kids automatically own it. Kids are putting out music themselves. Technology has made it where you don't even need you don't need a label.
Right.
You can do this all yourself. Social media and, you know, the internet, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. I mean, Google Plus. It goes on and on and on.
Right.
Emails, texting. You know, it just don't stop.
Right.
So it's in our grasp now.
Okay.
So we know that the creative part of it is in our grasp. But now we've got to know that the mechanical portion is also in our grasp. We can own it. You know, we can control it now. People don't realize that, you know, Sound Exchange, a lot of these independent artists have music that they're making. They don't even know that they have digital dollars out there right now that they're not collecting, because they're not signed up with Sound Exchange. And Sound Exchange collects money from all the digital platforms that play your music. So, you know, there's some guys out there, and I found money for, I'm talking about tens of thousands of dollars for the likes of Sinbad and the different artists like that, and called them and said, hey man, you got money at Sound Exchange. You know, so
really?
Absolutely. If you made music, you might have some. If you did any kind of speaking part, if you don't, you know, everybody that owns some type of intellectual property that has to do a recording needs to be signed up at Sound Exchange as a content owner and as a performing artist. So Sound Exchange is to the performing artist what ASCAP, BMI, and CSAC is to the songwriter and publisher. They collect that money for you from a digital standpoint. But we'll be talking about that kind of stuff, really giving people right now, real-time information to help them move their business forward.
So who should sign up for this summit?
I mean, anybody who is serious about being in the music business, whether it's a manager, a producer, songwriter, artist, you know, anybody that is trying to make it a career, or that, you know, whether it's on a national scale or a regional scale. You know, today you can literally create a successful business in music with 1,000 fans if you conjugate the numbers correctly. And so we'll be talking about that stuff. We'll teach people. We'll be teaching people how to go out here and probably erase their chalkboard and rethink the whole business and not look at it from the big picture of a national record. Because when you start talking about a national record, you're talking about a campaign of, you know, tens of thousands, as much as hundreds of thousands of dollars. But if you make your campaign skinny and smart, and especially living in a market like Sacramento, you can literally make an affordable and effective career here out of Sacramento, where you can actually make a living just doing music.
Well, Jay, we're going to be talking about more about this, and plus, I want to talk about some of the topics that are going to be discussed at the summit. Okay?
It's funny how the big boss. You see how the big boss, he just come in. He used to do that to me too, where he just put the rap on you.
Right.
Hey, y'all talking just a little bit too much. I like it. Marvell came in here and just put the accent.
And no, we love you, Marvell. Well, we got more coming up on the Lady Charmaine Live Show with Jay King. We're going to be talking about the Sacramento Music Business Summit. More on the way. Tell your friends to tune in right now to 97.5, or anybody that you know that's in the music business that need to learn more so they can make more in this business. All coming up on the Lady Charmaine Live Show on 97.5 KDEE. Stevie Wonder on 97.5 KDEE. I'll be loving you always. And I'm in the studio with Sacramento's own Jay King. We are talking about the Sacramento Music Business Summit taking place this March 26th. We want to make sure that you go and get your tickets. We're going to give you more information about that. But right now, we're going to be talking about some of the topics that you are going to learn when you register for this summit. And one of the topics, hey Jay.
Yes.
And one of the topics I want to talk to you about is how to attract investors. How can somebody do that without you giving out too much?
No. I mean, I think whether they are coming out, I think we have to give people real information. And a lot of times, people want, investors to come in because they have a dream, they have an idea, they know what they want to do, they have it written out, but the plan is generally, with a lot of fanfare. Everything is going right. There's no plausible way that anything could go wrong, and there's going to be $1 million at the end of the rainbow.
Right.
And that's not how it goes. And most investors know that. So when you paint that rosy picture for them, and you don't have real projections, and you don't have a real plan, and you don't have real marketing ideas in the space, you'll lose investors. But if you have a real plan, and you have real projections, and you know what you're doing, and your presentation is correct, then people are more likely to say, hey, you look like a winning proposition. A lot of people will go after investors even before they've started doing the work, or they make dollars the most important part of the investment. And investors look at you, and if they don't see you doing the work, and if their dollar is what's going to drive your car, then they can go do it themselves. They can take those dollars and drive their own car. But if if the dollars are just an aid to an already moving vehicle, now it makes sense to me. So because you have history, you can tell me what successes you've had, what you've done, why the dollars are going to be used, where they're going to be used, how they're going to be used, how I'm going to get my money back, when my profit kicks in, and all that stuff.
So I'm looking at, okay, so like I'm a new artist, and all of this is totally new to me. Basically, I have to give you all this information. Are they going to learn how to set that up? Because this could be overwhelming for some people.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Most people step into this overwhelmed and trying to simplify it. That's why the information is so necessary. That's why a lot of the people that are here that are going to be there's over 35 speakers that are going to be here in different panels. Everything from how to find an investor to how to build relationships. You're going to find people that are real relationship builders talking to you about it. How to get your music in movies and television. There's going to be Rhonda Badikian is a real time right now music supervisor. So you'll be able to eyeball to eyeball with somebody,
right,
and talk about how they did it, how you can do it. There will be a lot of information. We'll have packets of information. If a lot of rappers and stuff sample other people's music,
right,
and so they put the records out, and then what they don't know is that they just violated copyright.
Yep.
So that's $150,000 violation.
Wow.
So you can get or you can get your song basically taken away from you at 100%. So now you got this successful record. You think you're about to get all this money, but the publisher just captured everything because you violated the copyright. So we're going to have forms for you to teach you how to literally go out, clear the sample. And it's minimal dollars at that point.
Okay.
You can pay to sample somebody's music and cost you as little as $250, as much as $10,000, based on who's distributing, to what level you're going after the record, radio, whatever.
Right.
So that's the beauty in what we're doing. We're actually giving you real-time information that you can use today.
Now, I have a question because you have a really good topic here. Because a lot of people, when they go into the music business, this is something that they want to do. They want to know how to make money and build longevity in this business. So how can they make money and be like you, have longevity for 30 years in this industry and still be relevant? That's the key.
Well, because it's constant, you're constantly remaking yourself. You're constantly redeveloping and repackaging and re-ideaing yourself. You can't do the same thing over and over again, and think, people are going to look at you as new.
Right.
It's like wearing the same old outfit.
Right, thinking you fresh.
Yeah, it's cool the first few times you wear it.
Right.
Good and travel, that outfit.
Okay, it's dated and played.
So it's the same in business. And so, it's the same in, I do radio, and I manage other artists. I manage Cameo, and Karen White, and Larry Dunn from Earth, Wind & Fire, and Club Nouveau. So you got to do it all. So you got to be, for me, I have to be a tentacle. I have to be, all over the place like an octopus.
Right.
Because that's, you have to have multiple revenue streams because this business, and it's feast or famine. So it might be famine in one area, but you feast in someplace else. And you have to just always remember that. And then, just building relationships. Sometimes it's not you that's happening. It's somebody with some relationship that you built from some time ago because you helped out that is the guy, And for me, one of the case in points was a guy named Alvin Williams, who I helped. I met him in the Bahamas at a music conference, gave him my number. He called me a few weeks later. And basically, I just started, he and I would just started conversations back and forth. He had a studio in Nashville, Tennessee. He got an offer to work at Word Record, a gospel label, and I helped him negotiate his deal through there. At the same time, he was working with Bone Thugs and Harmony, Busy Bone, when he made his first record. He ended up getting 4 songs on the album.
Really?
So I had been helping him for about a year, just with different things. Never asked him for anything. One day he called me and said, "Hey man, I got 4 songs on Busy Bone's album. I need a publishing deal. Do you think you can help me?" And I said, "Well, Billy Michelle can do the publishing deal. I'll introduce you to Billy." He said, "Yeah, would you call him?" And I said, "If you want me to, but you can call him." He said, "Jay, I want you to call him." And he said, "How much would you charge me?" I said, 5%. And he said, "Nah." And I said, "Well, 2-3%, whatever. You tell me what you." And he said, "I want to give you 20%.
Oh, wow.
And so I made the deal. It was for hundreds of thousands of dollars. He gave me 20%. And so I asked him, I said, "Alvin, why would you give me 20% when I said 5? And he said, because I'll help you." He said, "Jay, man, you've been helping me for almost 2 years now. So when you help people, you don't have to ask for it. It come back. But that's what relationships have. That's how important relationships are. That's why it's important to be at conferences like this, summits.
Right.
Because you don't know who the relationship is.
True.
You don't know who the person is.
That's right.
You don't know when it's going to happen.
Preach now.
But you have to, so you have to really be open to everybody all the time. And humility has to be your best friend. And in our business, it don't feed humility. It feed ego. So you'll learn the etiquette of the music business being here. You'll learn how important it is to build relationships and why.
Wow. You've given us so many nuggets. And I want to, when we come back after the break, I want to talk about some of the panelists that are going to be here as well and some of their credentials so people know that you have some qualified people to tell them about this industry.
Yes.
Can we do that?
Absolutely.
Well, coming up, we got Mr. Kenny Loggins with This Is It on 97.5 KDE.